Hello and welcome back, everyone, to our Rocket Rabbit commentaries. And in this episode of our movie commentary, we're going to be going through. Are you ready, Mr. Cloud?
We're going to do Conan the Destroyer.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, we're going to do Conan the Destroyer, the sequel to the much better movie that is more entertaining, Conan the Barbarian. The reason why I decided to do Conan the Destroyer is, although that Conan the Barbarian is more entertaining, Conan the Destroyer has more interesting things to talk about. Specifically, the story direction and the characters that we have are both more and less fleshed out, so we have more to talk about. So there.
So, we have commentary, yes. Welcome to the commentary of the work of the Governator, the Gummy Bear of Candy Cornia, the Terminator, yes, all of these titles and more. The Mr. Universe.
And the Demolition Man.
An Austrian Death Machine. I have not seen this movie, so this will be my first Conan the Barbarian movie, and I am very much aware that he supplied the inspiration for Bronin the Barbarian from our Broforce playthrough, if you want to check that out, because I do unlock him as a playable character, so you get to play as Bronin.
Do you actually use him ever?
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's got like downward sword strike, so he'll lower his sword and go, no, and then he'll send a wave of sword energy at his foes.
Alright, so I am starting to regret this because this is your first Conan movie. Oh, jeez.
Why? Because it's a sequel?
Yeah, this is the sequel.
Well, I mean, we've seen sequels before. It's whatever. I mean, I'm sure I'll make sense of it pretty soon. I mean, we have the main character, Conan. He's fit, he's tough, and he's gonna try to kick some ass. That's all I need to know.
Well, there's a little bit more that you really should know. This is a medium grade fantasy setting.
Yeah.
What that means is that magic is a thing, but it's relatively rare.
Gotcha.
All right. So are we ready?
Are you ready, kids? I'm ready.
We are starting before the MGN line roar, just so everyone else is aware of that.
I missed that line.
All right. 3, 2, 1, press play. Roar.
Well, it helps to know that the
roar again.
Your base is high enough.
Now, the first about minute and a half of this movie is utterly silent until we get the narration from Mako. So that is this is probably the time where we should do most of our primers. I have seen this movie a bunch because I actually really enjoy this movie and Conan the Barbarian as entertaining, easy movies. We're actually recording this on Super Bowl Sunday, so this will be our replacement for the Super Bowl because, well, I don't care for sports.
Oh, I'm not replacing no Super Bowl. I mean, we're doing this in the morning so I can watch that in the evening.
Not this place, though. Days of high adventure. Mako is awesome, both in this movie and in the previous one. He doesn't get as much to do in this movie, to be perfectly honest, but he is a much more active character in this one. And here we get to see, here we rather get to hear a bunch of the really good scoring that both these movies have. This will be Conan's primary theme throughout both this movie and the prequel, and yeah, it's a pretty good adventure piece.
Oh, I like the brass. I'm already into this musical orchestration. Yes, the barbarians are rolling across.
These are not barbarians, as we'll come to learn.
Well, their helmets make them look like barbarians.
I think you're implying that they are Vikings, but they are not Vikings either. Nor are they Huns.
The horses are armored. The mustaches are Fu Manchu. Their beards are proud. Their eyes are...
I mean, I'm getting more Mongolian stuff from them, but
yeah.
which is, kind of valid because, again, as Mako said, Conan is a Sumerian. So, we are like a couple thousand miles away from Mongolia.
Now, is his character's name Mako or is the actor's name Mako?
The actor's name is Mako.
Oh. So we'll call him the Chronicler.
He does have it. He does actually have a name in this movie and in the previous one. I forget what it is though, because it's been almost 30 years since I've seen this movie.
Sure. Whoopsh. Rip crack, wigged his whoopee tail, and the beast was done.
And Richard Fleischer. Behold, our first upward pan of Conan and his broadsword.
Look at the muscles. I'm so fit. I'm ready to
He is very
destroy.
sweaty.
I swear,
At the altar of his dead girlfriend.
upon all that is muscular, I will destroy my foes with the sword of vengeance.
And I think that's technically the sword of the Serpent King, actually, but I wouldn't know. The setting actually has a lot of fluff material aside from these movies.
Fluff.
I just haven't actually been wrapped up in it. They have very weird sticks, Mr. Cloud, and small bucklers.
Well, they need walking sticks, balance sticks, quiet sticks. They're sneaking up on their enemy Conan in order to destroy him once and for all. How this? No, I think this other ring looks good. Oh God, no! They're coming for my jewelry.
Why, no, they are not, but we don't know that yet.
Well, Conan's definitely not taking them as friendly.
Ha. Yeah, Malik the Thief is here specifically for comic relief. He actually gets he and Arnold actually have quite a decent amount of banter in the movie. Honestly, one of the things that makes the character stand out is the banter in this movie. It really does feel like a decently well scripted D&D campaign.
Right?
Throw!
Nobody puts me in the net like a fish. I am the shark.
Club. Now, one thing that you may be disappointed about is that this movie is rated PG-13. So there is very little blood and gore in this movie, as opposed to the previous movie, which had a boatload of blood and gore in it.
Trip the horses.
We cannot question their intentions, only that they really suck at pulling these fishnets around my muscles.
He very clearly did not cleave that entire net, though.
Oh, I mean, he didn't cut it. He just brought it down with blunt force. Piggyback. Piggyback. Man, he just killed a guy.
Yeah. But you'll notice that there's very little blood when death happens. Death does happen on screen.
Oh, that was
but,
bloody.
Yeah, but that's like the most. That is the second most amount of blood we get to see throughout the entire movie. No joke.
Malik, you idiot, get up! They're everywhere!
Also, this movie is dubbed pretty heavily. I mean, it's an 80s movie. It had to be dubbed, but still.
Well, I mean, okay, so there's dubbing and there is there's I forget what the word for it. It's when they record the audio not on the set but in the studio afterwards, and they just make it sync up with the characters' lip
Overdubbing.
movements. What's up?
Overdubbing.
I mean, it might basically be dubbing, yeah, because they can say whatever they want, and it doesn't even have to match the fucking physical lip movements. Ah, the pain. He's good. You did very well for yourself, Conan. We do not wish to fight you any further. You kick too much ass, as the stories have said.
Effectively, yes. Nope.
They called me Barbarian.
Well, in the last move, my girlfriend died by snake poison, so. And then I cremated her, so there isn't really a way for you to bring her back.
Nah, the viewers who have not seen my previous movie need to be caught back up on the plot.
Whimsy. Magic.
This is an illusion, for the record. She is portraying this for him.
Well, I mean, more like portraying it. Well, I mean, just to show that she knows and that we, who are just catching up with the canon of Conan, now we know what's going on.
You see, my teeth are already perfect.
I mean, you've got illusion magic, but that doesn't mean you're a necromancer.
I want to see more of these visions.
Well, it should strike no one as a surprise that a master of illusion would maybe try to trick Conan into thinking that it was actually his girlfriend coming back from the dead, but it's actually just an illusion.
Well, he knows that she's not very. He knows that she is not there at that moment. I mean, Conan is a very simple barbarian, but he's not an idiot barbarian.
And the kids are clamoring around their hero, Conan.
No, they're trying to arrest Malik because Malik has stolen from almost every one of these persons.
And what's his name? Asshole man, Malik. Get him. Club him. Beat him. Throw him into chains. That little bastard stole from me too. No, he's not allowed to see any of my nice jewelry. I don't want him getting any ideas.
And now for one of the most iconic jokes in the movie. Bonk.
How dare you? You think that just because you're a camel means you're free from my muscles? No! He got Cool Whip on my pectorals.
And behold, the most sexy of ladies for the movie.
From the backside.
I'm not entirely sure why Queen Taranis needed to go on this mission. I take it that she's here explicitly as the negotiator in the event that they couldn't capture him. But like, she has other spellcasters in her court, so. Also, peacocks.
Yes, the ritual of pheasants must begin. Bring forth the wine. We're going to get tipsy.
And for those of you that think that she said Dagon, no, but that's effectively what he is for this movie. Uh-oh.
Born with the mark. It's a very sexy mark, Conan. I'm sure you will come to appreciate. Now please, as soon as I'm done explaining this, leave me alone with my sexy man statue.
Well, this is a medium magic setting, bitch. I mean, magic effectively killed my girlfriend.
I will use her body like a shield against the magical lightning coming down on my awesome sword.
Hey, Jenna.
It's alright, it's just a dream. But it was a vision. Please, have more of these dreams.
You know, even though we're supposed to be what is effectively Central Asia, she's very European.
Yeah, and Arnold
So are a
Schwarzenegger.
majority of our actors, I know.
And Arnold Schwarzenegger is of Austrian descent. What's your point?
It's just that Jenna herself is, is kind of blatantly European. Gasp!
Oh yes, about that virginity. It would make this a rather awkward movie to have Mr. Universe be denied Miss Milky Way Galaxy. Yes. You see, just like the lady will approach the camera, holding the wine glasses, walking away from Conan in order to deliver exposition, now we see that she is indeed duplicitous.
I'm a dude.
I think he's very ugly. I think that he would
I'm
be
still a dude, chick.
I think that he would be a terrible man to sleep with.
I'm right here, bitch. Come on.
Yeah, I will show you the ways of love.
You see, I personally do not find Arnold Schwarzenegger to be handsome.
Young
like
Arnold,
beefy, certainly, but and even potentially attractive, but not in a handsome method, not through a handsome method.
To each their own. I mean, the muscles can be a bit overwhelming.
There's that.
Young Arnold Schwarzenegger is a fucking stud.
Yeah.
And then he got to more mature roles like Kindergarten Cop, The Sixth Day, Total Recall. You see, I only have 2 D20s, and if I roll them both, I would not be able to get the reroll to score critical hit probability.
Yeah, I'm Barbarian subclass, you know. I still need a 19 in order to crit. And here we get introduced to Mako.
Oh, so we do meet the Chronicler.
Yep. Mm. Charge!
One of the lost arts that we find in these 80s movies is a lot of practical effects. And you said there was no blood in this movie. Not a lot of it.
There's little blood in this movie. We get an implied decapitation, but we don't actually see the full decapitation happen.
Well, I saw a body fall. Well, the only thing that we did not see is the body with no head on it, but we did definitely see a freaking head do a somersault with no neck. I'm going to scare them with my elite physicality.
Bonk.
Huh, he broke the helmet on impact.
Yay!
Well, that was simple.
Well, we did just rescue him from being lunch, so...
Well, I mean, yeah, but what about his life before we met him? What about his family?
He doesn't have one.
Okay, well, I guess we have a new companion now.
Yep.
Come now. Our goals are somewhat vaguely aligned in the same trajectory. Ah, what beautiful backdrops. Set only in a movie set.
And of course, the decaying mammoth skeleton. Oh, yes, the elite guard is still following us. They're just not important yet. I will say that some of the editing in this movie is a pace breaking, but it's only partially pace breaking. You know, we keep reestablishing things.
I mean, I think it's flowing pretty good right now. Like, we get that the reason why they're using a lot of deception around Conan is because Jenna, the princess, is how shall I put it?
17 and wanting to bang.
17 and wanting to bang. Yeah, she is vulnerable to the wiles of Conan the Handsome. That
even though Conan is not flirting with her at all.
That doesn't finally answer into it, is that she will be led astray by his beautiful mystique, masculinity, because she is young and inexperienced with men, as she was very convenient in telling us right away in an aside to her guard.
And here we get the final member of our D&D party.
She's good. Please, I have a conscience, and I don't understand these things about wanting vengeance and public execution. Do something, my muscled hero.
Do I have to?
Yes, because as you told me before, I have to do as you say. I'll put my foes to the sword. Make way, everyone. I am here to stop this entire fight. There, you are free. Because I said
Woot.
so.
Mind you, she would be dead almost immediately in a normal combat scenario because she's still 6-on-1.
Well, don't swing too hard now. We're trying to go for the long shot effect. Bonk. Two heads are better than one.
And 5 party members are better than 4.
Oh, that looked like it hurt. That looked like it hurt. You know, just like in professional wrestling, I mean, it's supposed to be fake, but you can't stop the physical force of an object with inertia, you know, upon hitting body parts. Especially the family jewels.
And now that they're all terrified of her, steal the horse!
Now they have gained she has gained the favor of Conan, the guy who came out of nowhere and did things. She was set free, presumably by the gods. We shall respect her new freedom.
My skullcap.
See ya! Blacktail on rider, blacktail on horse, rides off into the distance. Need we say more?
Into the most green savannah-style field that we have ever seen in Asia. This sequence is a bit too drawn out. Honestly, Conan should have gone with Bombarda.
Hey, stop. Dun, 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 dun. His name is known far and wide. We don't have the luxury of glossy photographs as would have been available in 1983, but still, we know his face well as his legend.
And so we have a small amount of inaccuracy here, as this character knows how to joust.
Gotcha. She's good. She will be useful in my D&D campaign.
And joust! Vertical joust!
I like this game.
Oh, you're supposed to throw it at him, not you! And that is why she has a metal skull cap, so that she can do headbutt attacks that do an additional 1d4 damage.
She's headbutting him.
She is extremely feisty.
I'm too thoroughly aroused. You have to stop. You bring much honor
And
to me.
away we go.
Orange men against blue sky smiles. We heard that he was here. Where did he go? He went this way. Okay, we will follow him. We heard he was here. Where did he go? Oh, Conan and his party went this
The
way.
elite guard are following Bombarda. So, I mean, their travels so far have been only a couple of days, and here we have the Crystal Palace on the lake.
The castle of Tarthama.
I kind of wish that I had subtitles on because the keywords in this movie are actually pretty interesting.
Please.
You know, scrolls of Skelos, the horn of Dagoth.
I see everything in my crystal ball with my only remaining eye.
And he's only partially blind.
Oh, I mean, he is just holding one of his eyes closed. I mean, if he had, like, you know, an eye patch or some kind of mark indicating that he should be blind in one eye, like a scar, disfigurement. No, that dude is literally just keeping his left eye closed. His right eye closed.
And it's only mostly closed. It's partially open.
He's trying to communicate in a language that will not be invented for another 2,700 years. I wanna fly like an eagle.
Mist form.
Now that is some good 80s special effects.
Yep. Kind of stuff that you would see in Black Cauldron.
They think that all is well, but the butt-fucking magical sea eagle will take away the lady's virginity.
Slight stirring. Slight stirring.
Sleeps with one hand on his sword. Or maybe they are already bewitched.
Abduction!
Conan, you had one job, and you fell asleep.
Actually, it was Bombarda's job, so...
Bombarda is an imbecile. We forgive him.
Do we?
Floats away. No, they have to be bewitched right now because this guy is a sorcerer. He can make it happen.
I'd buy that for Conan and Bombarda, but not Mako. Mako's the second most powerful spellcaster we see in the franchise.
Says as an aside to the audience because she's asleep and can't hear a thing.
Yeah, how does he have such well-crafted comforters?
Well, because he's a wizard. He can do anything, especially get an account with Bed Bath & Beyond.
Just how old is Bed Bath & Beyond, Mr. Cloud?
Long ago. ...
Well, it's morning now, so we can take the boat to the castle.
Over there, at the Crystal Castle, I can hear the whooping over the game. The Buccaneers just scored after being down 21 points by the end of the third. You cannot possibly know that. You were asleep.
No, he's scrying. I mean, it's a very rudimentary form of scrying, but it is scrying.
You best be scrying, or soon you'll be dying. Now, get into the boat.
And Conan chooses to row.
Stroke. Stroke.
So how does circle movements actually propel watercraft, Mr. Cloud?
They don't.
I never actually understood that.
They're not even actually on a lake right now. They are literally just on a green screen set with the camera slowly panning forward in order to make it look like they're actually moving.
Oh, all right.
See, like, I mean, this movie is so old, I can tell when there are objects superimposed on a background that's not really there.
I mean, this looks mostly real.
This is legit. They are surrounded by actual, like, you know, plaster mold.
At the very least, they're surrounded by a set.
It's only a model. Shh.
Not nobody can see the warlock. Not nobody not know how.
And so our party comes to the first major hurdle of their adventure. The first door.
The dungeon master is pleased. It's coming.
Why, yes.
Little did anybody realize that among my supernumerary skills, I also am an expert swimmer.
Whoosh!
Whee!
Do they, Malik? Do they?
Yep, hold your nose there. Very good. But among the...
Now, would you have a D&D party that would actually be brave enough to try this?
Well, I mean, hey, if you drown, the game is over, and then you get to start another one.
Stairs.
You get chances to roll to see if you discover air pockets on the way to your destination.
I'm glad your DMs are kind enough to do that. I'm not entirely sure mine is.
Well, the guy's gonna say, I mean, I didn't think of that, but it sounds plausible. Roll for it.
And that would be a perception with disadvantage roll, right?
Right, and then you make the argument that because your perception is so high that surely there's got to be some air pockets out of nowhere in order to honor your high perception and also a really lucky dice roll.
But at disadvantage, your best bet is to get a 9, isn't it?
Yeah, 9. Yeah, so a 9 or higher, and you find an air pocket that will allow you to replenish your oxygen supply so you can finish the trip. How else are we supposed to make it to the spiraling up staircase to the tower where Princess Jenna is being
By
held?
rolling 11, of course.
Yes. Shh. They know we are here.
Well, he knows that we're here.
Dun, 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 bum, 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 bum. Malik, you silly man, stumbling over stairs that are very easily traversable.
Now, this is a gorgeous set design, though, to be perfectly honest.
I have a feeling that miniatures are involved.
Even so, it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous, even if it is just miniatures.
We're going to show this movie in movie theaters across the United States of America. It will make enough money in order to repay the remodelers.
And also the Glitter Company.
We have moved the ice stone.
Now, mind you, it is actually really cold in there.
Yes. And setting the trap.
I have seen
I thought he actually
all.
walked through the mirror.
My visions meet me halfway. I am 50% positive this will work.
Now, 10-year-old me really, really liked this upcoming monster.
Ooh, a monster.
Yes.
It's not Jenna, but I do like this really shiny light here. Whosoever may the pain and penalty of death befall any who touch this sacred chalice.
Yes.
Grab the
Although
king's
it's
chalice?
not a chalice, it's a diamond.
Slowly rising curtain. Who's pulling that string? Use your head.
Unfortunately, Mako does not have a level 9 mage hand.
Only one of these is the real Phantom Ganon.
Can you guess which one it is, Mr. Cloud?
How many more poses do I have to do? Line! That's trippy. Because even though they stepped out of the frames, they are still leaving behind a frame of themselves. These mirror works are really cool.
I will grant that this sequence is really slow, but it actually builds the tension really nicely, especially with the accompanying soundtrack. Behold the Mirror Gorgon.
The monster in the mirror. It is yourself. I will slap you in the face.
So how expensive do you think that robe is, Mr. Cloud?
Oh, that robe? That robe is that is like $40 worth of polyester at best.
Really? You don't think it's a silk robe?
You know, for a mirror monster, he really, because I figure the whole point of the illusion is that Conan would lose track of him. That they really should have done a better job applying makeup to this guy's chest. You could see his nipples, for God's sake.
And suplex.
He's supposed to look like a man. He's actually full of plastic.
Behold Goku's dragon throw.
You spin me right round, baby, right round like a record.
Like a record ready, right round, right round. Stab! No!
Now the mirror
Slash!
illusions are working.
No!
Because he's not really there, Conan. Haven't you gotten what's going on with this monster?
No, because all of his interactions so far have been strictly physical interactions.
Oh, of course. Your heart is in the mirror. I have figured out your gimmick.
And Jenna's nightmares are getting worse.
However, you cannot resist my muscles. Okay, maybe you can resist my muscles a little bit for dramatic effect. And though Conan's trials against the mirror monster were great, his pain was real. His agony was hard to endure. With his cleverness and quick thinking, is able to destroy all of the avatars of the mirror monster. I like that he's actually breaking glass with that sword.
Mm-hmm. Shut up, Malik.
See, I may not be a magician, but I've definitely had to run away from breaking every last fucking thing in the jewelry store. They said it could only be Jared.
I'm actually a really big fan of the Mirror Gorgon fight. I know it's really simple, but its tension and spectacle is pretty nice, especially with this backing track.
Yes, our hero has finally figured out how to destroy the monster. He will claim victory by taking out every last one of his sources of power. I'm melting. I'm melting. No, please.
How does he know he's behind one of them?
Attack both of them. No.
He only has one sword.
And thankfully, he attacked the one that his friends were not behind.
Yes.
I believe this is yours. I'm here to claim my reward for your sword.
Shit, I'm not Virgil from Devil May Cry. This is actually fatal, isn't it?
Crystal ball, tell me all. I see. I see.
And so the Mirror Gorgon is shattered. Banished to another realm. Of course that works now.
Well, yeah, because the wizard brought down the magical defense. He was the source of power. But which one of these going to be behind? Of course, they get it right on the first try. Echo Chamber, nothing. They had no confusion whatsoever that that was the one that she was behind. He was made of mirrors.
The Mirror Gorgon has been shattered.
He was made of mirrors all along. Wizard, use this crystal ball in order to see our path.
Well, no. The crystal ball is not a crystal ball at all, nor is it a good stick song. This is the heart of Ahriman. And for those of you that are actually familiar with your Assyrian and Sumerian mythology, Ahriman is one of the primary demon lords. It is also a recurring enemy in Final Fantasy.
Huh.
I think it's technically the Lord of Plagues.
She will show the path. I brought your purse. Here, put this money inside of it. Let's get out of here before they ask questions. Don't turn around.
100 gold pieces. Yay!
When the alarm goes off, just continue walking
and of
straight
course,
forward.
because we are an 80s action movie, an 80s fantasy movie, however, the Mirror Gorgon is a load-bearing boss.
Out! Let's get out of here! Now!
Get to the skiff! Get to the skiff!
Get to the launcher! You have 2 minutes and 59 seconds remaining in order to escape Ganon's tower.
Don't bring that up right now, dude. Look, Super Metroid, well, rather, Nintendo Switch Online for the SNES emulation just released a special version of Super Metroid where they put you at the very end of the game with a 100% save file. So I tried it out before we started recording today, and I can't finish it. The Mother Brain is actually a relatively easy fight, but the fucking control mapping and the control field is so uncomfortable as shit. I hate that I can't recover from a failed jump into a screw attack. Why can I not do that, Mr. Cloud?
Well, because they had updated the rules in order to make it a little fresher for people who are familiar with Super Metroid.
I hope they didn't update the rules. I'm pretty sure that was actually in there originally.
It felt very real. Thanks to Conan's superior rowing skills, they have made it away from the Titanic sinking before it sucked him down into the North Atlantic.
And now we must deal with the second major obstacle on our quest.
Dun 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 dun. Oh, I see. Now Bombarda is in on the scheme here because those are not enemies.
Yeah, because these are the elite palace guards.
So now that they have the jewel, Conan is no longer needed by what's her name. That's the second dude that Malik killed. Good job, Malik.
I think that Malik gets a total of 3 kills in the entire movie.
That guy might be dead.
He gets one more for our next quest objective, but...
Rah! Got you.
And now Conan must battle on cavalry.
You are routed. Your forces are outnumbered, and I just changed my shirt. Prepare to die. Dun 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 dun.
Mind you, Conan's sword is longer than his, so he's got a significant advantage here.
Oh, that was a good clang. That was a really good clang. My sword is unbreakable. My sword also is unbreakable.
Joust!
Dun dun dun.
Twin joust!
Nice spark effect.
And now just straight up cavalry fighting.
Clang, clang, slash, bang.
Now, the one thing that bothers me about this specific duel is Conan doesn't actually go after the mount here. Like, honestly, I think that's what he would realistically want to do in this fight.
This is when...
I mean, he's Conan, so he's actually significantly more powerful than this soldier, but, like, it makes sense. It would make sense for me to disable the mount so he could actually maintain a vertical advantage, you know?
I yield. I yield. I don't care. Come at me, bro.
Behold the Monka pose.
Clang.
I do like these flourishes. Like, I spent a good portion of my childhood trying to figure out if I could copy those flourishes. They are terribly useless and ridiculously dangerous to actually do with a real bladed weapon, but they're so cool.
Sword swinging in hand, take 8. And action. Sword swinging in hand, take 9. Action.
And slayed.
And this is when Jenna realizes that her guard is actually just a pile of donkey duty who cannot do jack squat. Conan is the real hero.
Why?
Right.
You lying bitch.
I can see through your deception.
Haha, that is only partially true. Conan suspects things, but he has too low of an intelligence/wisdom score to relay that information. Yes, fondle the cursed gem.
He definitely feels it in his bones, in his high calcium intake. The wizard is preparing for us a mixture of herbs and berries that will restore our stamina and make us more keen in battle. Apply it directly to the thigh. Higher. I said higher. Keep going. You see, I have prescient knowledge of microbiology from the 19th century.
Malik, you aren't that charming, okay?
You know what? You guys just leave me to my microscope. I'll be back in 20 minutes.
He's drunk at the moment, so it doesn't hurt as much.
So once we go back to my place, how about some overtime? Oh, so he does have aspirations to be king. Yeah, Valeria. You don't see her, do you?
Zula! Yay! We finally got her name on screen.
Yes, very good. That is a good word because I am too drunk and I cannot summon the words. You know, like my sister.
Lot on your knife.
I don't think the shaving cream is very effective, by the way. You'll have to get some Asper cream over there by the counter. Now, while you're at it, you can get me some more tequila.
Yeah. I mean, it's very much not tequila. It's more than likely a combination of rice wine or potato wine.
Rice wine, I can see that.
Yay!
I'm learning things about the world, can't you see? After this very brief training montage that takes place dramatically over the period of a couple weeks after I drop my Austro-Hungarian accent, that Conan continues to drink, merry with the thoughts that soon this young, soon-to-be bride of his will also be skilled in the sword as well as the penis.
Hey, Zula's bow staff is very effective. She can use it as a cavalry spear.
We're going from 0 to 99. Here, hold my sword. No, this sword.
Poor
Yes,
Malik.
do it again. That was very good. Hit him harder this time. Excuse me.
And pratfall.
He really just... Oh, because he didn't know he was there.
Yep. Like, I
the
like the
next-
comedy elements in this movie, but they do take away from it, to be perfectly honest.
The next day, I mean, honestly, like, you should... But what part are we at? Okay, so we're about an hour into the movie now. You should be well on board that, you know, yes, some campiness is definitely abundant in this movie. Like really bad, like glaringly bad costume design, like on the Mirror Monster, who was obviously just a dude wearing, you know, polyurethane or whatever. But like, it's supposed to remind you that we're here to have fun. The story is a little ludicrous at times. The acting is, well, passable. And this guy, yeah, we should be on board to just, you know, have some popcorn, maybe a couple drinks, some Pepsi. Or Mr. Pibb. They have to
join.
To
Yes.
join. Like with a warm handshake. Let's get together tonight. Everything will be alright.
That is not how flowers grow, Malik.
Because they're...
Flowers grow through cross-pollination.
Because Mama and Papa Flower banged. And they made Little Seed Jr.
So the thing is, Jenna should probably be in the front of the party since she almost knows where they're going.
No.
And Alakai should probably be in the middle of the party since he's the most fragile member.
No, Conan is first because it's it's a narrow passage, and if there are any dangers, then she would be first in line.
Yeah, but actually, as a barbarian class, he's probably got higher dexterity than everyone except Malik. Remember, kids, don't dump your deck stat. Regardless of what class you play, you always want a decent dex.
Welcome to the Castle of Cancun.
I mean, it looks like that there was at least a passage they could use the horses for to get here. You see, we really don't need Bavarda in our party anymore. Conan can move all of the big rocks on his own now.
Yeah, you see, if that was a wooden door, that would have been an appropriate sound effect. But that is clearly...
That is very clearly a stone door.
That is stone. They're making it sound like oak on hinges.
Yeah, well, not necessarily oak on hinges, but wood on some sort of mechanical device. With lots of resistance.
Of course. We've made it through the chamber. What do you think this adventure was warming up to? How many sorcerers do I have in my party? Because now apparently I have 2. We don't need you anymore. Beat it, bub.
Oh, whoa. She is a seer. She is not a sorceress. And she only is a seer because of the Heart of Ahriman that she's carrying around. Although, honestly, they should light that torch first. Thank you, Conan.
Yes.
That's why you have the spark spell in your deck, Mr. Cloud, so you can light torches.
Need some
Deal
igni.
200 damage to torch. Torch explodes.
See, they left us here because the previous adventurer was nice enough to be kind and rewind.
And this is a comedic moment that I honestly think takes away from Zula.
She doesn't like mice.
Well, rats, but yeah.
She thinks rats are icky.
I mean, there's a good reason for her to dislike rats, certainly. I mean, we're in Central Asia and all. But, like...
Oh, I get it. Because there's a rat in the party. Ha, 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 ha. I see what they did there, and she doesn't like rats. So when
I did not actually catch that foreshadowing. The thing is, it's no longer foreshadowing. Bombard has already done its betrayal, and it failed.
I don't think that my impressive muscles will be able to move this door, but I'm going to give it a shot.
I mean, we have a Morning Star. We could use it as a bludgeon.
Conan, that's like the second time you've sheathed this sword and you've hit nothing. The battle is coming soon, oh yes. It's just not right now. First, we have to play with more special effects door using inappropriate sound effects. This one is a lift, not a push.
Yeah, Jenna is turning slightly into a fight slut.
Because she realizes that Bombarda could never fill her with these yearnings. Think that one of us is not carrying his weight. No!
Yes, Malik. In the room that we just opened.
And thanks to Malik's improved and superlative dexterity, he was able to move this tiny manipulative lock.
Yep, it worked. Yay! Malik was useful.
Oh, thank God. We paid the prop designer enough money for the budget of this film.
Ensemble shot.
Oh, this chamber's a lot bigger than they were letting on.
Yep.
I know you are around here somewhere. Whoever you are.
I mean, this chamber gets translated almost directly into an, Unreal 1, so... I honestly forget where. I want to say it's in the water temple somewhere.
Who lit these torches?
Runes.
Why was the hardest to reach room already lit?
Gemstones.
It's like, I want this, I want that, I want this.
Damn it, Malik.
This guy's gonna be shitting 40 grand. I am that virgin.
I don't actually think we've actually seen the mark yet.
No, it's on her breast. I can see it.
Ah.
I mean, of course, at best in a PG-13 movie, you'll get side boob, but that's about it. You'll get side boob and covered crotch thigh. The oboe of peace, absolution, and understanding plays. He relates to his fellows, we've done it. The crystal is about to explode.
And so by putting the crystal inside the load-bearing center of the temple...
Load-bearing center. Ooh, shiny.
Crimson shiny.
This next song is just for the couples. I don't care what you have to say. I came here with my brains. I came here with my brawn.
She is supposed to be chanting something. It's just not audible.
And this is why they added the voices over in post, is because you probably can't hear a goddamn thing over the roar of gas expelling flames. I mean, it does make sense for a movie to overdub so much dialogue because, like, you know, in the more archaic era of practical effects, while only occasionally putting in, you know, either computer-generated graphics or overlaying imagery on the frame-by-frame photography, that there's going to be a lot of weird noise. Kind of like if you watch the video for Gangnam Style about, like, you know, what the video would sound like if only they didn't overdub it with just the music and then take away all the effects. Yeah, the sound of fans going off on the side is pretty goddamn funny.
Hey, Daenerys.
Fucking shaking and blowing in his face and stuff. Yeah, because fans are loud.
Yeah.
So too probably are these flame makers. Maybe. Just maybe.
They should just be basic braziers, shouldn't they?
There's a lot of gas getting pumped in those. Well, I mean, those torch sconces in the back, not so much. But I was talking about, like, the mouth of whatever the fuck, where she just pulled out the Horn of Legend.
The Horn of Dagoth. Into the purse it goes.
I will give up the entire world in order for me to have my woman back.
Now! There's not much urgency here.
You already have a fortune. You just aren't allowed to spend it because you're a wanted criminal.
What do you think this is, Steven Spielberg? Get out of here now!
Oh, hello.
Hi. How'd you find us?
Because we opened the door. Surely they must have gone through the door. Hello.
I am the headmaster of the cult of Dagoth. Oh.
It is mine.
Respect.
Yes. I've seen it many times. Oh,
How?
please. We've heard this fairy tale before. And they told me that my beliefs were ridiculous.
Thwip.
Oh, no, he didn't. Attack his knees. Bludgeon his head off screen. Oh, that looks
Stab
painful.
them through the intestines.
But lo, there are too many
There we
of
go.
them.
There's Malik's third kill.
The princess will be captured in order to set up for a final rescue sequence. See, I mean, things look good right now, but that was a lot of dudes. Surely there must be a
Yeah.
reason why they assembled so many dudes. Stop!
I mean, they're no longer in the hallway, so they can start fanning out and surround him.
That was weird. There's a good use of blood. Bum 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 bum.
And more stabbing and more violence.
Please, all of you stand still while I kill the shit out of your friends.
Conan, going into the crypt isn't going to give us a way out.
Hit the door stopper!
This strikes me as another act of betrayal.
Yes.
Because it
Just
took...
a small one, mind you, but...
Oh. I see that it worked.
It took only 1.5 of them in order to lift this, and now the entire army can't lift this door.
I will lift it with my magic fingers. The Virgin. Yes, the Virgin.
When Mako tried this earlier, it didn't work.
Clearly his constipation is much greater. He will succeed in opening the door. Now, the question is, will he find the toilet paper
Damn
in
it,
time?
Malik!
Oh, he is capricious. Please, I just want this. I want to put it in my mouth and shit it out later. Well, they're boned now. Ding, ding, ding.
And now, using the powers of ancient Chinese mysticism, I will levitate the door open. Oh.
Stay back, man. This is a telekinetic battle of the minds.
I hardly used my dagger. I forgot to pull it out of that guy's chest.
A curse of blinding.
This really is like the South Park Battle of the Psychics now. Just two grown men making noises at each other.
It's a good thing Mago's curse of blinding works.
Well, if there's a way out, why didn't they just go in that way?
We didn't know about this way out until Jenna mentioned it a couple minutes ago.
Please, you are going to lose your clothes along the way. I will make sure you have none left by the time I'm done. What are you doing?
You should know that burying Conan under a mountain doesn't work, Bombarda. Especially such a small mountain.
Barbarian. Barbarian.
Conan the Barbarian is a better movie.
I will carry you out, my princess. I see that you are conspicuously less clothed than before. This is most fortuitous.
And smash open. Oh, our horses are here. Yay.
Yeah. This man used to be a volunteer firefighter like Jack Nicholson in The Shining.
Come on, dig our way out. It's times like these when it's important to remember that your standard character equipment comes equipped with a pickaxe.
I love destructible set pieces for movies. Like it is, it's a quite little fascination of mine that keeps getting intrigued every time I see shit like that. That they made that wall just for the purpose of him being able to break it down. Slap that ass.
Mm. These are very pillowy rocks, Mr. Conan.
They are very pillowy rocks. I mean, we don't want him scraping himself. He's the hero.
Yeah. Safety for your actors and all, but...
They should have called me Mr. Diamond Man. I cannot be scratched. One of us is still capable of seeing visions. You. Tell me where they went.
A lie.
So it's okay, Conan. You didn't have a chance to see these dramatic asides to characters in the audience, but we did. We saw this coming. Over an hour ago. Malik, you got so much gold up your ass right now. How do you not see how profitable this is? Just leave me to my horse, my beautiful horse.
You see, what they want to do with Malik is actually have him be a Han Solo character with a bit of comedic relief. They keep forgetting, however, that Han Solo didn't actually have any comedic relief in Star Wars.
No, it was the back and forth banter between Han Solo and Chewie that really, brought on the humor at times.
Yeah, Chewie. The back and forth with Chewie specifically is comedic, but mostly because we don't know what the fuck he's saying.
But thanks to contextual clues and people responding to the noises that come out of his mouth, that we make sense that he has intelligence, after all.
Yep. Chewie is good. The ivory horn of Dagoth. And my barely clothed top.
I gotta say, I don't think I've ever seen a character use a raven as, like, a brassiere.
As a breastplate. Like,
Yeah.
seriously. If you're going to use it as a breastplate, can it at least actually cover your breasts?
Well, I mean, it's not.
You know, the wing pattern would actually work for your breasts pretty nicely. Just refusing to do it like that.
Where do you think you're going? Waterfall subterfuge. Of course. We will use the hidden tunnel behind the waterfall.
You know, just like every action-adventure game has got. Cousin's sister's brother. So wouldn't it just be his cousin's brother at that point?
Cousin's sister's brother. Yeah, right. What is this, Children of the Corn?
Almost. She's 18 now.
Means you get to drink blood. Oh, right, they're gonna sacrifice her. It's laced
Yep.
with poison. But only with the saving
it's
kiss.
actually laced with a sleeping agent, not poison, but because you know it's the Dark Ages. All of our gods are blood gods.
Unfortunately, we have run out of
Ow.
sorcerers. We are going to need
Ow.
drugs.
Do 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 do.
Bend the bars, Conan. Do it. Come on, bend the bars. Yeah. No.
Thank you, Conan.
Finally, we have an additional application of these muscles.
For the record, this motif is actually played in the original Conan the Barbarian, just as we're getting to the climax as well. Specifically for a party.
We are guards.
Fish Islands.
We are guards. We got nothing to do, and we don't have a clue.
Bonk.
And then we get attacked from behind. It's Conan and a barrel surprise.
Oh, sorry. Malik gets 4 kills on screen. Okay.
Dude's a fucking... Well, I mean, he hasn't racked up quite the body count as Conan, because Conan has put many foes to the sword so far. The unbreakable sword of legend. Ah, so that's where that went. Right on
Yep.
his penis.
Forehead, Cloud. Forehead.
Right.
See? Forehead.
And now he has a penis coming out of his forehead. It's very phallic.
Don't you wish rocks were that effective in your stealth games?
Well, I mean, they worked in Bloodborne.
5 kills.
However, no. The rocks in Bloodborne were supposed to give yourself away, but in a very selective manner. Hello. I'm looking for Sarah Connor. I was told she'd be here. Could I see her, please? I'll be back.
You betrayed us like 3 times, dude.
Dude.
It's time for our duel.
Now, we have seen many times that in feats of strength, accuracy, planning, battle, Conan is only slightly better than what's his name?
Bombarda.
Bombarda, yes.
But he is better, so.
Seriously, though, okay, so let me just say that on the subject of ancient symbology, the horn is one of the oldest symbols of masculine fertility. So, all this is foreshadowing is that, yeah, Conan and this young 18-year-old virgin are going to bang.
Well, she wants to bang.
And I thought Christmas only came once a year.
This isn't Die Hard. And so we have interrupted the sacrificial ritual, and so Dagoth is resurrected but corrupted.
Great use of practical effects. Smashing jar effects. Dagoth is disfigured, and he's scaring the crap out of the king. Now Bombarda
That's a
did
reference
his
to the
best.
Rumble in the Jungle.
Bombarda did his best Mike Tyson well before he bit Holyfield's ear off.
It's too late to sacrifice her. We've already offered a sacrifice and it wasn't the right one. And so Bombarda has been slain.
It was not quite as painful as the knife in my back you stuck there, you backstabber. Great freaking battle axe imagery.
Yeah.
No, you're gonna go to the David Cronenberg statue and you're gonna like it, Missy.
Behold Dagoth and his malformed glory.
Where's my man statue?
Now, here's my problem with this. I don't know what the Queen hoped to gain by joining the cult of Dagoth, honestly.
Sometimes the best thing is to not question these things, Gerdat. I was just more taken away by how now the male imagery symbolic horn has just penetrated a woman.
Yep. Mind you, Dagoth very clearly is some sort of fucking fish monster like a narwhal.
Turned from stone to flesh, and blood, and feet, and claws.
Like a horned Sahagin or some crap, you know?
No, you gotta kill the alien monster man in order to save all the universe. Well, there's still time.
And stab! I think that's the only shot of his tail that we actually get to see.
Dude, this strobe effect is just delightful right here. Like, it really...
It's relatively minor, too, which is the good thing.
It tells you where the cliche came from. Like, again, referencing South Park again, the episode where all the guys were lying about where the sexual urges were coming from. And then they eventually have to kill the big alien man that was actually just one of their own that was saying too much, who they put in the costume so that the kids could kill them.
I'm not actually familiar with that episode.
It's the one that starts with Tiger Woods, which actually turns out to be a simulation in a video game, with his girlfriend beating him over the head with a golf club because he was unfaithful. You motherfucker!
So yeah, Dagoth is causing a bunch of lightning strikes in this area, but this isn't so far a destruction to the world, and especially since we've already scarred him multiple times.
Detonate the charges. Crash the pillars.
Not in
Play
the
through
face.
Armageddon 2000 again.
Not in the face. No.
Leaping grapple attack. Honestly, I'm not entirely sure if Conan would be able to behead him through his skeleton, but this works.
Who is your daddy, and what does he do?
Azula, you want to help? You can
Nope.
stab his legs.
This looks very painful.
Like, do you want me to use my tiny knife?
There.
You told me all I had to do was steal the horn. Now it's time to fight. He is vulnerable.
Very vulnerable.
The hero recognizes his chance.
And Dagoth has been slain.
Oozing monster blood.
Now I must make sure you're actually dead.
Do. Malik, this isn't your kill.
Take that. Yeah. Our hero, Malik.
Man, Arnold looks really good in that shot.
And so our heroes have made it back to the waking day. Now our princess is about to make love to this almost naked hero.
So the young queen ascends the throne. And now we get the Wizard of Oz effects.
Dun 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 dun. Ba bum 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 bum. Da 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 da.
Zula got promoted. Do.
The Queen's right hand. The Queen's left index finger. Ha ha ha.
Last joke.
You are quite foolish.
Fuck you, Malik.
You've got the job. You glory-stealing son of a bitch. Yeah,
He attempted to steal glory. He
Please.
didn't succeed. Everyone knows better.
I just need another 20 seconds of that very red trousers of his, so I am reminded of how much gold is just waiting to be shat out his ass. Please, you've said enough, and if you make any more constipation sound effects, I might actually giggle.
And last, but certainly not least,
Step forward, Conan. He's approaching the queen without demand. Charge him!
Oh. Dun 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 dun. He was totally not into it.
Yeah. I'm not entirely sure why they want to portray Conan as chase for this movie. It doesn't honestly make that much sense. I mean, It's a good character trait to have for the time period, sure, but he certainly was not chased during the last movie.
Oh, he is ready to blow a load like Krakatoa.
With his halberd. But that is another story. A story that will never be told because the franchise dies after this movie.
Damn it.
Okay. I enjoy Conan the Destroyer. I acknowledge it's not as good as Conan the Barbarian. But if you're looking for a relatively easy movie to sit through, have a good time with some friends with, and maybe poke fun about a couple of the sets and characters, this is a really good movie for that.
Yeah, I'll say. I mean, like we said before, this movie has comedy. It's campy as hell at times. Right to the last act where that Malik just got named the Fool, and he even stumbles on the way to accepting his new dub title.
I personally think the comedy elements in this movie are not nearly as solid as the rest of it. I like the action pieces. I really like the score, and it honestly does feel like a very good exploration of the Age of the Age of Hyboria. For the record, that's technically what this franchise would be called if Conan's name wasn't attached to it.
Definitely the kind of movie you want to bring your friends over. Like, everybody's talking, the girlfriend and the boyfriend, they're going on their phones half the times. Everybody's laughing. There's snacks in the background and some Hawaiian punch and stuff. And yeah, it's a good it's a good movie to laugh at. Laugh with and laugh at times, because I think the movie is even aware of how ridiculous it looks at times.
So did you enjoy this movie, Mr. Cloud?
Well, I'd say by the sheer number of Arnold Schwarzenegger impersonations I was doing throughout, and I apologize if it got annoying at times. Yeah, I had a pretty good time watching this. A little eye-opening, like how freaking bad some of these special effects were. Like, it makes you wonder why the franchise died after this. Yeah, is probably because by this point people have just about seen the gamut. Why does Zula have second billing to Conan? Shouldn't that be Princess Jenna right below? Or even Malik?
She doesn't have all that many speaking lines, to be perfectly honest. And Azula is actually in combat doing potential stunts. So
yeah, I guess that's true.
1984. No, not the book. That's the year the movie was made. I enjoy Conan the Destroyer. As I've already said multiple times, I acknowledge that Conan the Barbarian is a better movie, but this is a movie that I like to come back to every once in a great while in order to just enjoy it. It is an enjoyable fucking experience, and when it comes to 80s action movies or 80s fantasy movies, even that's what I'm looking for.
Well, I thank you for introducing me to the movie, Gerdad. I had fun with this.
If you're actually interested in the franchise, there is a bunch of different methods to explore the Age of Hyboria, as it's actually called. You got Conan, you got the Age of Hyboria Online. There's a survival game. There's a couple tabletop RPGs that use it, and there's a lot of splat books.
Oh, and the parodies. Oh my goodness, the parodies.
And the parodies, but the parodies are more or less just riffing on the movies themselves, as opposed to the setting.
Ronan the Barbarian.
Okay, and with that, I think we're done here. So this has been Rocket Rabbit Commentaries, going through Conan the Barbarian for a movie commentary.
Conan the
We
Destroyer.
hope you enjoyed staying with us. This should be up eventually, and when it is up, then you can enjoy it too. Haha.
Uh-huh.
All right, everyone, be safe.
Thanks for watching, everybody.